Hey, what's up? It's Justin Brook. I told you last week that I was coming to visit with my coach, and here he is, Mr. Rich Schefren. I drove 3 hours to get here, and my wife is literally having contractions at home, and I'm scared that I might have to leave any second now to fly to the hospital. Just being here for the 20, 30 minutes that I've been here to get Rich's time, he's been able to show me exactly what I need to do to double my business, to break out from the six figures I've been stuck at, to go to the next level that I've been trying to get to forever. He's told me exactly what I need to do, from the traffic to the lead gen to selling more products to back end. It's been phenomenal. So as Rich has been helping me out, I asked him if he'd be willing to answer a question for you guys that I know you guys would really love to hear about. So my question to you, Rich, is my subscribers really like traffic. Particularly, they like free traffic. What kind of words of wisdom would you have for them on how to get free traffic, specifically with things like writing and short reports, blog posts? What would you tell them?
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good question. Well, for those of you who don't know me, I've written a lot of reports over the years, from the Internet Business Manifesto to the Uncertainty Syndrome, and each one has actually generated, I think, a minimum of $2 million a piece. The Internet Business Manifesto has been downloaded over 1 million times and has generated at least $10 million. So I think I'm speaking from a point of authority about what kind of content could you create that actually has a chance of going viral. No one can ever guarantee that anything goes viral. And also at the same time actually get people to buy from you. And actually it's the same type of content that has the highest propensity to go viral, and as far as content goes, and that also will set up the sale best. And it's a misnomer, the concept of moving the free line and just providing a lot of value, because at the end of the day, providing a lot of value doesn't really get people to buy. We know all are kind of overloaded with information, so you read something good doesn't necessarily make you must buy something. And your content ultimately is what you want that to do. So a couple concepts here quickly. One is that ultimately the best content I've ever seen, the content that has made the most sales for me, is helping people see their problems from a new angle, from a new light. Now, why is that so useful? That's useful because they get a payoff immediately after they've just experienced that redefinition of their problem. You see, we all have problems and challenges, and when someone's able to explain why you have that problem in a new way, you feel relief, and you didn't even have to do anything, right? You know, if I give you 10 steps, you got to do those 10 steps to get a payoff. Whereas if I tell you about the problem isn't really this, it's this, and here's the issue, and you already feel better. So that type of content actually is more powerful. Now, in addition to that, if you can do that well, and you can tie that to your actual product, now you've just done two things. You've given them a payoff, but the payoff also sets up your sale, and so that's a much more powerful approach. The way to think about it is, I wrote a client report that is called the core concept, and the core concept is basically the underlying theme of your entire marketing campaign, and what it's supposed to do is integrate perfectly into your USP. Will they know what a USP is?
Yes.
Okay, a unique selling proposition, which is primarily the main theme of your sales letter, why people should buy, right? So if the main reason why someone should buy, I'll give you an example. I have a course called GPS, and GPS is Guided Profit Systems. And in Guided Profit Systems, it was all about the difference between your potential versus what's stopping you from tapping into your full potential, right? So that was the course there. And the underlying theme of the whole marketing campaign was that if you're not already at your full potential, then adding more potential isn't going to get you any more successful. In fact, what you have to do, what you need to do to get any more significant success is figure out what's stopping you from tapping into your full potential, as a business, as a person, whatever. And that was the underlying theme. So all content kind of went through that theme, and then the USP of the sales letter was, this is the only program using theory of constraints, a very powerful methodology, that will actually show you the exact constraint in a business or personally, etc. So that's how free content actually best sets up the sale. So definitions of problems, definitions of challenges, and the last thing I would say is that if you can describe your prospects' challenges and problems better than they could, you have instant authority in their eyes. Because if you've ever had that experience, and I'll end it with this thought, that like if you had a really weird pain that started in your elbow and somehow moved to like your left ear, you know, and it was horribly painful, and you went to doctors and they thought you were crazy, and then you bumped into a doctor or you bumped into someone and you were explaining, you said, oh, I have this horrible pain and it moves, and the guy says, to your left ear? You'd be like, yes. Like, you'd immediately, like, and this guy doesn't look in pain, and like, so he must have, like, he must know something. So it's the same concept. If someone can articulate your problem even better sometimes than you can, then you pay attention. And the way I've always done that is I just keep a journal. I do it for my own benefit, but because I keep a journal, I know what my problems are. And famous philosopher, or I don't remember who said it exactly, but he said that which is most personal is most general. And so the challenges that we face, we tend to think are only ours. And but in actuality, our most personal problems tend to be the same for everyone. And so if you're clear being able to articulate that as it relates to whatever you sell, whatever you are marketing, then you have the ability to have that ability to actually explain their pain better than they can. Explain their pain better than they can, that sets you up as being knowledgeable. Describe the problem in a different way, that sets up the sale, and then make your offer, and I'm sure you'll see a difference.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So, Rich, I sent you an email showing you a video of hundreds of people in my inbox asking for the webinar. Do you think you'd be willing to do the webinar?
Yeah, sure. We'll do it.
All right, people. So the webinar is on. I'll be emailing you soon with the details of that, and you'll be talking to my coach, Rich Schefren, on the webinar.